Alright, hey guys, it's Rose TCG back in the video, and with this video I'm bringing a Gold Pride deck profile. So Gold Pride is a new archetype that has been revealed for Photon Hypernova, and I decided to make this a hybrid build with Punk because Punk synergizes really well with Gold Pride, just because Gold Pride you're able to do so much if you have less life points than your opponent, and Punk is able to just make you lose a lot of life points in order to activate their effects. So it's a match made in heaven, and Gold Pride I think isn't that great on its own as a pure build. I think it can be okay, it can somewhat work, but I think doing Gold Pride Punk here is more efficient way of using the deck. But anyways, let's just get started here. So I run 2 of the Punk Numero Ogre. So Numero Ogre is pretty good. It's going to be your way of searching out your Punk monsters, and I think this is a solid addition to have here. I have 3 of the Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune, of course, it's going to let you special summon a Punk monster from your deck, but at the cost of discarding this and another card from your hand. And then here we have the first of the Gold Pride cards, which is probably my favorites in terms of like the actual effect, is 3 Gold Pride Nitro Head. So Nitro Head is actually really good because during your opponent's main phase, you can target 1 Nitro token on the field, destroy that token, also destroy all cards in its adjacent monster zone and spell and trap zone. So you're able to put a Nitro token during your opponent's standby phase. This is actually pretty good against Kashtira because Kashtira requires people not to have any monsters on the field. So giving them a token here puts them in a really weird position, just giving them a free monster like that. But 3 Gold Pride Nitro Head I think is a must. Here we have 1 DN Note. So DN Note is solid. It's gonna help you special summon special summon itself out, but also when you eventually use it as like synchro material, you're going to be able to special summon a Punk monster in your grave. Here we have 1 Psychic Tracker, just because you have a lot of level 3s and getting this card out is nice. Just going to make it easier to go into a synchro summon. 3 Gold Pride Leon. So if this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 non-warrior Gold Pride monster in your grave, special summon it in defense position, and then during your opponent's main phase you can actually synchro summon. So this card is able to do a lot. So 3 copies of this I think is a must. We have 2 of Shadakusai, and this is going to be your main way of it's going to be your only way of fusing with this deck. And then here we have 3 copies of Gold Pride Captain Carry. This one's able to search out a trap card, and then it's actually going to let you beef up your Gold Pride monsters a bit. Then I only run 1 copy of Wagon and Madam Spider, because Wagon is just your way of getting spells. Madam Spider is your trap. You can see that I'm not running a lot of these spells and traps for the Punk archetype, so I don't think it's necessary. 3 of the Z Amin, just because this card is actually able to search out any of your Punk monsters. So having 3 copies of this I think is definitely a must for this build. 3 Ash Blossom because it's a generic hand trap. Rhoda, this is going to be used to get your Gold Pride Leon. 3 of the Gold Pride The Crowd Goes Wild. This card is pretty great because it lets you, not only is this a way to like lower your life points so that you're actually able to get these Gold Pride monsters out, but you're able to add a Gold Pride monster from your hand, and then you can special summon a Gold Pride monster from your hand afterwards. 3 of the E-Tally, there's a lot of targets for this just because, we're running a lot of psychics here that are level 3, so it's perfect. 2 of the Punk Jam Extreme Session. This card lets you banish a Punk card from your grave and special summon a Punk monster from your hand. So pretty solid, just a great way to get a Punk monster out. And it's pretty searchable because it's pretty easy to get Ziamin and then go into the whole, your spell search. And then here we have 3 Imperm as your other hand trap. Again, another good generic hand trap to have here. This card is good, the Dangerous Gabu, just because it is kind of like your Fiendish Chain for the deck. Not exactly, but it works similarly. I guess it's more of an Imperm. With the bonus effect of actually of gaining you life points, which could come in handy. And then we have 1 copy of Gold Pride Start Your Engines. This card's decent. It's just going to be able to destroy a card and then lets you add or special summon a random Gold Pride monster from your hand. Obviously, you're going to be able to manipulate it if you can just you choose what 3 monsters you want your opponent to look at, and then from there you can obviously if you choose 3 of the same monster, they're gonna have to pick that one. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the Patreon description down below. And let's just go here with Punk Rising Carp. So Punk Rising Carp is gonna be great. You're gonna be fusing into it using Shadakusai, and once you fuse into it, you're gonna be able to tribute it and get your other Punk monsters out, and from there get more searches. So it's gonna be like a stepping stone into going into your actual final board. board. And then Psychic and Punisher, this card is really great to get out here just because you're going to be able to lower your life points quite a bit, and having a monster with 3500 attack that is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects is really good. And then you're also able to target one monster you control and one card your opponent controls and banish them, so it's pretty good. You can see this card can do quite a bit, and it's pretty easy to summon out just because there's a good amount of level 8s and level 3 tuners in the deck. And then we have 2 of P.U.N.K Amazing Dragon. So this card is great because you're able to synchro summon during your opponent's turn with a few of these cards actually. So for instance, with Shirakusai, you're actually able to synchro summon in order to benefit from using this effect. And then here we have Gold Pride Leon that's actually able to do a similar thing, but only with Gold Pride monsters, but it can actually go into Amazing Dragon. So it's pretty easy to get into, and yeah, being able to bounce a bunch of cards is pretty annoying for them. And then here we have 1 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier. So this card is going to be really hard to summon. I don't think there are many lines where you can actually get this out just because a lot of these are tuners. But I think there's enough space in the extra deck to warrant having this. You could totally switch this out if you want. And there's enough potential to get this out, like for Captain Carry and Psychic Tracker and then one of these tuners. If you just happen to get those out, Trishula could be beneficial, just being able to get rid of a card from your opponent's hand. I think warrants just having it here. Draco Berserker of the Tenyi is a decent level 8 to get out here. It's a generic level 8 that's actually able to punish your opponent's monsters by banishing them. P.U.N.K Jam Dragon Drive. So this card is decent. It's not the most, like, you're not just going to be summoning it just to have it as your end board, but it's going to be great just to be able to pay 600 life points to take 1 level 3 psychic monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to grave. And that's pretty solid, just being able to search more of these monsters out. And then here we have 2 of the Gold Pride Star Leon. This card's decent. You know, the main thing about this is just being able to beef it up and just hit your opponent hard. But then afterwards, you're just going to be switching it out for another Leon. And then after that, you're going to be able to synchro summon again during your opponent's turn. And preferably go into Amazing Dragon. So you can see there's a lot of like switching in and out your synchro monsters. It's pretty cool. I'm honestly pretty fascinated by the way this deck works. Axis Gotaker. Pretty standard. Appaloosa, you're going to be able to get a bunch of monsters out pretty easily, so Appaloosa is pretty great to have here. Nightmare Unicorn with IP Masquerena, just to give you more interactions during your opponent's turn, because you have quite a bit to go off here, just being able to synchro summon during your opponent's turn, and then during being able to actually like link summon during your opponent's turn. And then here we have 2 Gold Pride, or 1 Gold Pride Nitro Blaster. This card's okay. It's very well. It's pretty much supposed to be like the Nitro head, but yeah. And then afterwards, after you use the effect, you're gonna be able to switch into your Nitro head that's actually able to do more during your opponent's turn. So I do like that the synchro monster, the link monster here, are able to interact during your opponent's turn, but then during your turn, and then after you're done using their effect, you switch to these monsters that are able to play during your opponent's turn. And then here we have, so that's pretty much it for the deck profile, and these are just cards that I considered but decided not to run. Psychic Wielder, like this is another card if you want to just include more level 3 non-tutor or level 3 monsters that you're able to get out. This is a decent one to get out here, but decided not to run it. 3 Cypher Gamma. It's just to fit the whole, you know, it's the psychic monsters to have here. And yeah, it could be a decent monster negate destruction. Another Psychic and Punisher. I think this card is really good, where you might even be worth, you know, it might be worth running this card, another copy of this card, and drop like a Trishula. Same thing with the Croco Dragon. You can totally just, if you want to draw more cards, be able to just drop Trishula for this. Another P.U.N.K Jam Dragon Drive, in case you feel like you're running out of these too quickly, and then definitely run the second copy. And then Gold Pride Start Your Engine. Don't think it's necessary to have the second copy, but I do, you guys should try it. See if you like it or prefer the 1 copy. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.